Hi, and welcome to a very short warm-up sequence that I like to share with my yoga classes. And if you're new to yoga, please don't do anything that seems contraindicated to your body specifically. And remember, you talk to your physical therapist or your chiropractor if you have any question or doubt as to whether you can practice yoga safely. But this is a very, I consider, gentle warm-up routine, right? So we start sitting. Now, if you can't sit comfortably on the floor, you could do a lot of this in a chair. Okay, so we're going to open up some of the shoulders and the upper body so that we can breathe better, which is so important to our health and well-being, especially with this pandemic COVID virus going around, right? So we'll start with bringing the shoulders up to the ears with an inhale. Exhale, rolling the shoulders back and down and forward. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, up. Exhale, back, down, and forward. Let's go the other way. Down. That can be an exhale. Inhale, back, up, forward, exhale, down. And one more time. Inhale, back, up, forward, and down. Now, of course, we land here, we end here, and this is totally not the way we want to hold our posture. So we have to bring our shoulders back up, back, and then down the back body. Take a deep breath, right? We know we all hold a lot of tension in the neck and shoulders, and this is very helpful. Bring your hands together at the heart, palms together. Thumbs touch back to the sternum bone and encourage it to lift. And we're going to just drop the head down. Now you don't need to push or strain. Simply let the weight of the head be all you need to get a nice stretch in the back of the neck. And pause. Breathe. Remember, the exhalation is the relaxation portion of the breath. So on the exhale, release a little bit more. And let the chin glide above the collarbone to the right, any amount over toward the shoulder, going slowly, and exhale, coming back down. Don't go pushing through a glitch in the neck. Be very careful. Go very slowly. Inhale across. The left might be very different than the right. It might be very different from day to day to day. It might be different from doing this in the morning versus doing it at night. You could do that again if you like. Or when you're ready, you bring your head back up to neutral. Let your hands relax on your knees again. And just turn. Keep your head. Make sure your chin is parallel, your crown's parallel. You're not arched back and you're not thrust forward. And take your head directly around to the right, any amount. Stop. There's no straining. Keep the shoulders out of it. Let the neck go. Just let the head go as far as it can go, and pause. Fix your eyes on one point, because when the eyes are darting around, the brain is darting around. We want to try to also calm the brain in our yoga practice. Slowly bring the head back. Pause for just a moment to notice. And now we'll go around slowly to the left. Stop before you feel the shoulders pushing you deeper. Take a breath. Fix your gaze. And slowly come back to center. I know these movements and postures don't seem like they're a very big thing, but when you're in your car and you have to back up in the parking lot, you'll appreciate some of these gentle spinal twists that we do. But doing these once or twice or even once a week, they'll feel good when you're doing it, but they probably won't make a big difference in your overall flexibility. Yoga is a practice that really, to benefit, needs to be done 3 or 4 or 5 times a week. So you really want to find a good teacher for yourself. Okay, let's continue to do a side body stretch. If you can bring your arms up, if your shoulders will let you bring your arms up, bring your arms up. Figure out which is your right hand. Hold your left wrist. And if you can tilt your head into the right arm so the neck can relax. And then you're going to lean to the right, any amount. And you're going to really feel this stretch, this opening, right? You're putting space between each rib. You're putting space into the shoulder. Send your breath into those spaces. Nourish the side body. You're going to feel a difference. Just hold this for another breath. And come back. And sweep the arms out. Hands rest on the knees. Take a deep breath. Can you feel the difference? How much more space is on that left side now? If you think you don't feel a difference, ask yourself what it would be like to not do the other side. Then you might go, oh, yeah, gee, I better do the other side. So we'll bring the arms up. Lengthen the right arm up. And now already you can feel a space in there. Left hand holds the wrist. Drop the head to the left. And lean any amount. Careful. Don't go any further than the body's messages are telling you you are welcome. Take a breath. This can't be fast. It takes a while for muscles to lengthen. I'm going faster than I would go in my class because I want to keep you interested. But generally, we would hold these a little bit longer because it takes some time for permanent flexibility to occur. Coming back to center, and let's sweep the arms out and pause. Now, if you're watching this and you're saying, I have a shoulder injury, I have a frozen shoulder, I can't do that. Well, guess what? If you come to a class and you have a good teacher, she or he might say, hey, look, you can keep your arms down. And you can still get a really nice side stretch. But you need the eye of an experienced teacher to help offer you appropriate modifications. Okay? So having opened the shoulders and the side body, let's take the legs out. Give them a shake. Okay? And here we go. So you might want your hands behind you if you have a hard time sitting up straight, because many people have a hard time sitting up straight. If you need help, put your hands back here and sit up as straight as you can. Now, carefully point your toes. I know, I say this in yoga class all the time, that if someone walked by and saw what we were doing, they'd be going, hey, yoga, it's no big deal. But until you get down on the floor and start doing it, you don't have a clue. And we'll slowly take the feet up and flex. Point one more time. And flex one more time. And now let's make a circle. Make the biggest circle in your ankles that you can, cleaning out the cobwebs, right? Our ankles go back and forth about 1 million times every day as we walk. But when do they ever get to go out to the inner and outer side? Only when we fall off the curb, right? So we want to have great flexibility in the ankles. Go the other way. So if we do have an accident and we fall off the curb, our flexibility and strength is such that we just go whoop, whoop, and come right back, and we're okay. Okay, now let that circle go up into the knees. And now we've just moved from an ankle pose to a knee pose. Wherever you put your attention, go the other way. Ankles, knees, and now we're going to get the hips into the circle. We've got 6 major joints all moving around, telling the brain, send the blood, send the nutrients, juice up those joints, and we're going to shake it out. Beautiful. One more thing, hip openers, right? We don't want our hips to get tight. Cross the right ankle just above the left knee. And if this hurts, you might put a block or a dictionary underneath. Okay? Now, if you don't feel anything, if there's no stretch going on because your hip is a little more flexible, you can put your hands behind you, bring this left foot up, and now you might feel more of a hip opener. And again, I'm not going to hold this as long as I would in my usual yoga class. This is just a sampling. It's a reminder for those who do come to yoga class. Oh, these are some poses that I can do at home. You come out, pause in between right and left. Now I'm looking at my leg. My right leg is now longer than my left. It's like just with what I just did. So let's fix that. We'll cross the left. If you need your blocks, use your blocks. If you don't need your blocks, okay. This hip might be very different than the other one. Maybe you're getting a good enough hip stretch right now. If not, hands behind, keep the back lifted, keep the front lifted, and find your place. Now my hip, it knows something's happening. There's a stretch going on in there. I'm going to breathe. And I'm going to slowly let that right leg scoot out again, uncross. Okay, phew. My feet are evened up. My legs are evened up again. Well, I hope you learned something. You found a couple of good stretches that will help you out. If you'd like to lie down and take a 5-minute relaxation, I encourage you to do so. Otherwise, be in touch. Maybe you'll come to a yoga class. Thank you. Namaste.